All right, today we are going to make this cool CNC sign. Now, CNC signs are very versatile. You can do lots of things with just text and logos and a simple V-carve toolpath. Okay, so we're going to get started on adding text and logos, and we'll go from there. When you first open Aspire or V-carve Pro, you'll get a screen that looks like this, and you're just going to hit Create New Toolpath. The job setup screen here will come up on the left side of your screen, and we're just going to run down this from top to bottom. So this is going to be a single-sided job. My dimensions for the material I'm going to be working with is 22.875 by 5.5 inches high, and we're 0.5 inches thick. My Z0 position is going to be zeroed on the top of my material, and my datum point is going to be in the lower left-hand corner. The modeling resolution we'll just leave standard for right now for what we're doing. We don't need it to be any higher than that. So we'll hit OK. And you'll notice on your left-hand side of your screen, you've got some basic drawing tools here. You've got some editing commands that you can use. And in this case, we're just going to grab some text here and you can type in your text, whatever you want. Okay. And you can also change your font here. Lots of different fonts that you can choose from. A couple things to note. Anything with an @ symbol here is going to turn your text vertical. So oftentimes people will ask, why is my text vertical? And it's because you chose a text with an @ symbol in front of it. So just keep scrolling down. You've got lots of different fonts to choose from, and that'll work great, okay? For this example, I'm just going to use Times New Roman. You can also change the text height. So if your text is too small or maybe too big, you can play with that and get the height where you want it. Okay. Next, we're going to insert a logo. And if you have a logo that's already saved on your computer, you're just going to go to File, Import here. Bitmap most likely is going to be any type of photo that you have or image logo. And you can choose your logo here, okay? You can also just copy logos off the internet. You just want to be careful with copyright issues with doing that, but if you're working for somebody and they give you permission to use their logo, most of the time that's okay. So you're going to resize your image here, okay? And I'm holding Shift down to make it scale from the inside out. Okay, next I'm going to hit the trace bitmap. Kind of looks like a birdie here, okay? Now we do have a black and white photo, or excuse me, a colored photo here, but I like to start off with black and white as an option because sometimes, depending on how the photo was drawn, it might give you a great result. Okay, so try just choosing black and white, hit preview. Okay, in my case, it's not enough detail. I want a little bit more than that. So I like to do that first. Okay, so we'll go to colors, and these are all the major colors that the program sees that make up this logo. And I'm just going to choose this first one here, and it looks like everything that's here in red is going to get traced out. I'm going to hit preview, and that actually looks really good just by choosing that one. You can choose others, but again, you start to lose detail depending on what colors you choose. So yeah, I might just I lose a little bit of the horn there. Okay, I'm gonna hit apply and close on that, And then I don't need this logo here, so I'm going to come up here and just turn the logo off. Okay, next I want to just arrange my text and make sure that it's in the right spot. Okay, now this doesn't look too bad if you just initially, but I want to use the transform object command here and make sure that my text is vertical. Okay, so let me just move this off of here so you can see kind of what this does. Okay. So by hitting the vertical, it will make sure that it's centered in my material there. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with my logo. So I like that. And then you'll notice I've got not very much space over on this side and a lot of space over here. So I might just move the logo in a little bit and then select everything, go to transform, and I can center that up and it's going to look great. Okay. Pay close attention to your border. You do want to typically have some sort of border on a sign project like this, and having text or logos too close, the machine's gonna machine into the side or the edge of your material, and it won't always look the best. Okay. So now I'm ready to write my toolpath here. So I'm going to choose to switch the toolpath command, and my toolpaths show up here on the right side of my screen. And V-carve toolpath is, in my opinion, the easiest toolpath to use. So we're going to choose that and then choose our text. The start depth is going to be 0. The tool that we're going to be using for this is a 90-degree half-inch. So you might have another type of tool like a 60-degree half-inch or a 90-degree 1.5 inch. Okay, so make sure you choose the tool that you have loaded on your machine. In this case, ours is going to be a 90-degree half-inch tool bit. Okay. Under, I do like to name my toolpath so it's clear as to what it is. So we're just going to do a V-carve. We'll do 90 and then text. So that means that my V-carve bit that I have is a 90-degree and it's cutting out the text. So we'll hit OK. And then before I preview this, I like to change the color of my toolpath to kind of resemble what I might paint this as or what I might finish it as. And so it kind of gives you an idea of what your sign is going to look like. Okay, now you can only color individual toolpaths. So everything that's in that toolpath is going to get the same color. You can't individually change, text to be some one color and some another color. But it kind of gives you an idea of what you might expect to see. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with our logo here. And naming convention, we'll just do logo and then 90-degree there. Calculate, and I'll change the toolpath color to blue there, and we'll play that. Okay, so that looks great. Okay, so experiment with that. Try making a sign with some text and a logo. You might think about your family's favorite phrase that they use all the time, or maybe using a Bible verse, or making a sign for your dad's man cave or garage. You might make some sort of sign for your mom to hang up in the kitchen or whatever. So try this, try practicing using text and logos to create a sign. Thanks for watching.